Good evening, sir. Since we're done to discuss about what is mythology, the importance of studying mythology and folklore, the words and gods and goddesses and the others creature which is part of mythology. As we in the middle of journey in the mythology and folklore, we will continue to explore and discover the varieties of gods and goddesses worldwide. We'll able to know and learn the others gods and goddesses not only in the Greek gods, but we will discover other myths of what's their stories and their characteristics. And now it is believed that gods and goddesses are always kings of all kings, kings of all heavens and earth, kings of underworlds, and kings of all people, and also believe that all the queen is queens of all queens, queens of heavens and earth, queens of underworld, and queens of all people. They believe that all gods and goddesses are possessed to be hunters, healers, lawmakers, and truth givers. Today, let's go back in time where gods and goddesses around the world are so well known and born through people's belief and by their religion. We will now identify gods and goddesses around the world where they exist around BCE to modern century. First, we have the ancient Greece and Rome mythology. We will identify their gods and goddesses and unravel their stories. So the ancient Greece and Rome mythology about the existing Greeks gods and goddesses. Even though there's no exact date when the Greek mythology started, but it said in my research that it evolves from stories told in Minoan civilizations of Crete, which is around about 3000 to 11,100 BCE. In addition, for that, it also found on the epic poems of Homer, the Iliad, and the Odyssey. It all focuses on the characteristics. Lastly, also the theogony of Hesiod includes the folktales, the works, and days. Also founded the significant elements of myths. So now, let's identify and understand the gods and goddesses in their country. So first, we have first gods. This is the genealogy of the first gods and goddesses. Ating kilalanin ang isang first gods, which is si Chaos. Kisa ni si Chaos, a Greek mythology that emerged at the dawn of creations. This means this is the first god who first appeared or created at the beginning of the universe. The second god is Erebus, so the god of the dark regions of the underworld. So, ito siya nahumutang sa underworld, which is ang iyahang kuan nito is the god of darkness and the presentations of darkness. One of the first creations of myth, a son of chaos, a mother of Cerberus. So, son po din ni Chaos, anak ni siya ni Chaos. So the third god is Syrinx, was the principal goddess of the night, consorts to Erebus, god of darkness as well. So, kuan po dahil siya, a god of darkness po ni si Nyx, and mas higher pa ni siya og rank sa kang Erebus, which is principal goddess of the night. So, consort pa din ni siya kang Erebus. So the fourth god is Hemera. She is primordial goddess of the daytime. With each morning dispensed her mother mist, bathing the earth again in the light of the ether. So fifth god is si Gaia, god of the earth. Muni siya ang mas labaw, which is siya mo ang pinaka god sa tibuok kalibutan. So si Tartarus, god that ruled over the abyss, the deepest and darkest pit in the underworld. So siya mo nahimutang dito sa god nga which is may nagdumala sa the world of underworld, which is ginganlan og abyss. So the deepest and darkest pit in the underworld. So Sixth is si Eros or Cupid, god of love. Mao ni siya ang usually he's used his bow and arrow to make the two people involved at the same time or in love at the same time. A son of Venus and linked to Psyche, the god of the soul na ni sila story. So, the seventh god is Puntus, was earliest sea god before si Poseidon. So, muni ang pinakauna nga sea god. Born on either Gaia and Ether, the god of light, Puntus fathered all the fish and sea life and possibly Tickens, the original inhabitants of islands of Rhodes. So, ang first god is Uranus, or spelled Coranus, is the personifications of heaven and the sky. His Roman counterpart is Silos. So, mabuday ni siya ang gods of heaven and the sky. So now, let's identify the Olympian gods. So, kinsa man yung mga Olympian gods from Greek, Rome. So, first, Zeus. Siya ang pinakataas rank among god and goddesses. In short, you considered siya as king, as ruler king sa ilahang lugar sa Mount Olympus. So, Zeus or Jupiter, in his Greek Roman name, the god of the sky, lightning, and thunder. He ruled his hometown, Mount Olympus. He is known because of his lightning bolt. So siya ang god sa kinatasan sa sky, sa lightning and the thunder. Siya may mas kanang nagdumaan na. So the next is Poseidon or Neptune, the second god of the sea. It is said he is disrupted god because of how many women nga na-link sa iya, especially sa katong story about sa Medusa, which is na involve iyahang personal or image niya, which is kanang nagdumala sa iya haas kanang tanaw sa uban is disruptive siya nga god. So, god of the sea, Poseidon, and rivers, creators of storm and floods, and earthquakes or destructions. He is known as the disruptive gods among all Greek gods. So, muna akong giingon and then ganiha. So, the third is si Pluto or Hades, was known as god of underworld. Consort to Persephone, his name means unseen one and sometimes also known giver of wealth. So, iyang ni-married ni siya consort to Persephone mao na iyang asawa. So, god of underworld ni siya si Pluto or Hades in Greek Roman name. So, si Hestia naman, goddess of earth, hearth, and home. He is also known as Vesta. Next is si Hera, god of protector of marriage and women. She's also known Juno in Greek mythology. So, siya mo'y nagdumasa about protections of marriage and especially sa kanang naay magpakasal sa ilaha in their world. So, and si Gaia naman is goddess of earth. She is known as Terra. So, meaning is mao po ni siya ang pinaka-silbi taas ug rang sa ilaha, which is mao man ang pinaka dako siya nagdumanga. Siya mo'y goddess of the earth. Silbi siya kuno ang goddess of the earth. So, sa paniniwala nila. So, next si Ares, ancient Greek god of war. He is the heart and spirit of battle of war. So, kung naapoy god of earth, so naapoy kanang god of war, which is nagtumasa kung kisay kung naay mga possibilities nga na war sa ilaha. So, si Ares po ay magdumaan na. So next, si Aphrodite or Venus. Kani si Aphrodite is the goddess of love and beauty. Ihang na ang iyaharang ma-kuandria is maambag is ang kagwapa ra gyud sa mga about. And then si Apollo, the god of prophecy and oracles, music, song, and poetry, archery, healing, plague, and disease, and the protection. He is also the god of protections, together with the Hera. So siya mo'y tig ka ng silbi, siya mo'y magdumasa about sa prophecy about sa future sa usa ka tao dito sa usa ka tao dito sa ilaha. So siya ang god of music and about, which is the song and poetry, archery and healing. Si Athena naman is the god of crafts and war and wisdom. She is known as Minerva. So Bonadea, goddess of fertility. Other name was Fauna. She believed for her rules that no one next must be present to all the annual festivals. So, kani si Bonadea is kuan po siya, the god of fertility sa ilahang kuan. So, si Demeter, goddess who made of all things, she is born Ceres. She is known Ceres. And then next is si Eos, the goddess of the dawn. It is believed that she emerged every day from ocean and rose on the blue sky. And then the next is si Hermes or Mercury. He is the messenger of the Olympic gods. It is believed that he was the son of Zeus, king of Mount of Olympus, and Maya, a nymph. So kani si Hermes is katoni siya ang kanang messenger ni Zeus. Unsay ka nang pabuhat ni Zeus munay kuan si Hermes munay iyang buhaton. So Hephaestus was an ancient Greek god of fire, metallurgy, and crafts. He is known as Vulcan or Mulciber. Persephone is a goddess, Demeter's daughter, wife of Hades, and queen of the underworld. So, muna si wife ni Hades, which is both ni sila sa king and queen of the underworld. Si Demeter's daughter ni siya, si Persephone. Now, let's identify some important titans in Greek mythology. So first titans is si Cronus, the youngest sons of Uranus, or heaven and sky, and Gaia, earth, a first titan. Rhea is the god of motherhood, fertility, childbirth, and comfort, and good living. So the daughter titans of Gaia and Uranus. Oceanus, eldest titan and the sons of Uranus. Hyperion was titans of watchfulness and heavenly fight. Mnemosyne, the goddess of memory, a daughter of Uranus and Gaia. Themis, Greek pantheon deities, god of natural and divine justice and law. Slapitus is titan god of mortality. Zeus or Chaos or Polos, god of intelligence and farsight, he is the ability to gain meaning and understanding. So Phoebe is the goddess of intellect and responsible for gaining knowledge to both gods and mortals. Prometheus, the Titan's supreme trickster and god of a fire. Cethea, Greek goddess of high light, name means the divine one, known as Euryphasia. Atlas, son of Titans, Lapithus, and the Oceanid Climene, brother of Prometheus, creator of humankind. Si Dione naman, she is the daughter of Oceanus and Thetis. She is the god of oceans or Oceanid, a water nymph. So next mythology is ancient Egypt. So let's identify the ancient gods and goddesses that is believed they existed during ancient Egypt times. So these well-known gods and goddesses are most worshipped by their people. Here are some important deities. So first is Osiris, most important deities, he was god of underworld, as symbolized death, resurrections, and the cycle of Nile floods. He is the king of Egypt, and his wife is Isis. Their son is god Urch Horus. He died because he murdered and dismembered by his brother Seth. So namatay siya kay tungod sa iyang brother. It's because of kanang sabi na inggit or kanang kuan siya kanang um gi-murder siya. So next is si Isis. She is became a most important gods in pantheon. She is conquered the rights for dead. She is the last god tills to be worshipped. She is consort in Osiris. So, kuan siya, bana ni, asawa ni Osiris, si Isis. So, next is si Horus. Mao ni ang anak ni Orisis and the Queen Isis. He is depicted as falcon or as a man with falcon's head. He is a sky god with war and hunting. He is the sons of King Osiris and Queen Isis. Next is Seth. He is the god chaos, violence, deserts, and storms. According to myth, he is murdered Osiris. He tricks Osiris into laying down in a coffin and then seals it shut. He is often also depicted as animals. Si Pita naman, head of a thrall of gods, worship of Mimiphis. She is also have been associated as craftsmen and builders. Next is Siri. He is the god of the sun. He is also known by his half human and half animal. It is believed that he sailed across the sky in a boat each day. So next is Hathor. She is known and depicted as cow, a woman with cow head and cow ear. She is known the lady of the west. Next is si Anubis. He is concerned to the funerary and care for the dead. Siya po'y dumala sa about sa mga funerary if kanin kasi mga nangamatay. So si Thoth, he is the god of writing and wisdom. He is always depicted as sacred ibis. He invented the languages. Bastet represented a woman with head of a lion or a wild cat. She is earliest form of cat god. Nephthys is goddess of the dead, kind and understanding. Ammon, god of the air, his name means the hidden one. So next is Sinat, represented the heavens and help out to put world in order. She has the ability to swallow stars and Pharaoh and cause them to be born again. The segment is the god who has bloodthirsty, where who attempted to destroy humanity. So next mythology is Canaanite religion. So their beliefs and practices prevalent in ancient Palestine and Syria during the second and first millennia before Christ. So the primary deities such as El, Baal, and Anak, and include those the other important gods in Canaanite. First Canaanite gods we have El, the chief god of the pantheon, the god of creator. He is one of the most chief god in the pantheon, the ruler of everyone's gods and their people. First Canaanite creator. So second is Baal or the master, one of the major gods of Canaanite cult and on the holy mountain called Zaphon. Baal is the god of storm. So next, see Ashura, the ancient West Semitic god, a consort to supreme god which is Il. She is the god of fertility. Nat, she maiden or warrior goddess, the sisters of consorts of fertility and storm god Baal. Consort po siya kang Baal. So we have other gods, important other gods. With first, Yam, Kanaanit god sea god known as Yam, Nahor, Yam, or Yamu, or Yaw. Tawag siya og Yaw, Yamu, or Yam. Next, Moloch, god of the sun. He is also known as Malcolm, or Molke, malevolent, as he always appears as old man. So next mythology is we have Celtic mythology. So when the Celtic mythology started? So it is written down in the 11th century by Christian monks. All these collections of myths, a polytheistic religion, which means worship a lot of gods, more than 3,000 plus they worshipped. It is found throughout Western Europe and with today's Britain, Ireland, Wales, France, Germany, and areas of Czech Republic. Mostly believe they shared oral traditions. The deities is from pantheons. Let's name some well-known Celtic gods. Let's identify some deities in Celtic mythology. So first, god is Taranis, or Celtic Thunderer, a powerful Celtic deity that was one of the three mentioned, such as Lucan, a Roman poet, Isos, or Lord, and Theotetes, gods of the people. These three powerful deities are most first deities in Celtic. So next is Nuada, king of the Thuana di Danann, who lost her hand in the Battle of Mag III and has right to govern. Third, Logos, a god of light. Next, Nan to Celta, god of the winding river and sun-drenched valley, a goddess of worship in Gaul. Cernunnos, the archaic power deity, widely worshipped god as the lord of the wild things. Fomor, a god of all demonics. He possessed demonic powers and controlled demonic beings. So, next we have Norse mythology. So, Norse mythology, this is who people believe maintain personal and communal balance. It is happened in Scandinavia and Iceland that they believed that world was an enchanted place of gods, spirits, and other entities. It started when around 25 to 12 before Christ era. So it also encompasses the time from the beginning of the world and end of the world in flames of Ragnarok. This religion or kind of mythology, this is the last pagan system to fall to Christianity. Popular movies such as Thor the Ragnarok, Lord of the Rings, and Game of Thrones are movies that depict the story of Norse mythology. So the movie Ragnarok depict on the story of Norse mythology where we can see and understand their beliefs, practices, their gods, and powers and other gods creator or creatures. So we have the god or the first god of Norse mythology. So first is Thor. Di ba kapamilyar naman Thor katong movie niya nga Daragda Ragnarok. So Thor is the god of thunder and lightning. He possessed strength, storms, hallowing sacred groves, and trust and fertility. A son of Odin and no, one of the strongest of the Aesir, he is often recognized because of his thunderbolt. Next god in Norse mythology, which is named Freya or the Lady, the god of destiny, fate, fertility, and love, battle, and hunting. Consort to Odin and second only the power from Frigga, daughter of Thor and Hertha, twin sister to Freyr, wife to Od, and mother to Jersimi and Honos. So siya muni ang asawa ni Odin, which is ang ilang anak si Thor. So the next is Frigga or love, goddess of love, for family, wisdom, and war. queen of the gods of Asgard, most revered and famous of all deities, goddess of sky, wife of Odin, mother to Baldur and Horse killed in Starship. Odin, main god in Norse mythology. He's immensely wise, one-eyed old man. Siya ang pinaka, which is king sa Morse kingdom. Satyr, ancient god of war and lawgiver of the gods, the bravest of God, and he is also the god of justice. So next, we have Baldur, the son of the chief god Osen and his wife Frigg, no, kapatid ni Thor. Heimdall, the watchman gods, he is also called the shining god and whitest king of the gods. Loki, familiar naman tang Loki, a cunning trickster who had ability to change his shape and sex. Mimir, the wisest god of the tribe Aesir. He believed her as a water spirit. So next we have Mexican mythology. In Mexican mythology encompasses the two religions such as Aztec and Inca religion. They have different deities, beliefs, practices, and many more. The creations of Mexican mythology is the beginning of the five sun, refers to beliefs of certain Nahua cultures, means the words gone through the distinct cycle. This is also the beginning of Aztec's god that remain worshipped throughout years. Mention the beginning of gods, so let's identify some significant and well-known gods in Aztec religion. So, concerning Aztec religion, a religion who ruled a large empire in central and southern Mexico in 15th and 16th century. So, first gods is Huitzilopochtli, god of sun and war, one of the most principal deities of Aztec religion. He is often recognized either a hummingbird or an eagle. The second is Tonatiuh, the god of sun in fifth and final era. Next, Chaluk, the Aztec rain god, he represents as a rain god wearing a peculiar mask with large round eyes and long fangs. His characteristic features is similar to the Maya rain gods. He is the eighth rule of the days and ninth lords of the night. So next we have Inca religion. Inca religion known for domesticating llamas which worship of nature gods. It is a polytheistic religion believed into multiple gods. So Francisco Pizarro, a Spanish empire, was conquered the Inca Empire in 14th to 15th century. It is found in South America, near in Peru. In 12th to 15th century, a beginning of Inca religion. So Inca gods place such as Sapa Inca are divine centers of universe where the gods of Inca religion existed. So the gods or deities of Inca religions such as Viracocha, Inti, Apulapu, Mamakila, and many more. So now let's identify the characteristics of Inca deities. So first we have Viracocha, a divine protector of Inca, the sun creator of earth, men, and animals. He has long list titles such as Lord Instructors of the World, the Ancient One, and the Old Man of the Sky. So next we have Inti, the sun god, his warm embrace to Andean earth. Next, Apulapu, god of the rain giver, an agricultural deity. As an Inca religion, they often address their prayer for rain. Next, we have Mamakila, wife of the god of the sun, a mother moon and regulator of women's menstrual cycles. So now, let's identify most recognized and important gods in Persian mythology. So the first god is Ahura Mazda, was worshipped by the Persian king Darius around 522 to 486 before Christ era, and he described Ahura Mazda as the greatest of all gods and protector for him. Ahura Mazda created the universe and cosmic order which she maintains. He created the twin spirits Pentamainu and Angramainu, the former beneficent of truth, light, life, deceit, darkness, and death. So, si Ahura Mazda muna ang pinaka-first god of Persian mythology, which worshipped by the Persian king Darius and the Zoroastrianism religion. So, muna ang pinaka-una and king as the greatest of all gods. So next is Spenta Maenyu, the Holy Spirit created by the wise Lord Ahura Mazda to oppose the destructive spirit Angra Maenyu. So mani ang one of the first a Holy Spirit created by the wise Lord Ahura Mazda in order to balance the one which is naay bad or naay God of the evil and napoy God of the peace or create the sky. So, she protects the universe and maintains many realms and creatures, the sky, water, earth, plants, and children yet to be born. So, means si Spenta Maenyu is good God, which is she is the gods of protections. So next is ang Ramayana, the second Holy Spirit created by wise Lord Ahura Mazda. He possessed destructive power by the evil spirits in the dualistic doctrine of Zoroastrianism. So, si ang Ramayana is the second Holy Spirit created the wise Ahura Mazda, which opposed to Spenta Maenyu, which he has possessed the destructive power by the evil spirits in the dualistic doctrine of Zoroaster. So next we have Mitra. In ancient Indo-Iranian mythology, she is worshipped as god of light. Next, Anahiti. In ancient Iranian goddess of royalty, war, and fealty. She is the last god in Mesopotamian origin. Her cult was made by Artaxerxes' status temples set up her throughout the Persian Empire. Zurvan, in ancient Iranian times, he worshipped as the god of time. Vayu, the god of the wind, who chases away evil spirits. So next we have Halma, the goddess of harvest, health, strength, vitality, and personifications of plant of the same who brought enlightenment. So next, Atar, god of the divine element of fire, the god of fire. Tiri and Tishtriya, goddess of agriculture and rainfall. Havarkasata, god of full sun. Ardivyasura Anahita, goddess of fertility, health, water, wisdom, and war. Rashnu, an angel, the righteous judge of the dead. Virithragna, warrior gods who fight against evil. So next mythology, we have Indian mythology. It's mostly a Hinduism religion, an Indian Hindu religious who believe multiple gods. Hinduism started around 23 to 15 BCE in Indus Valley near modern-day Pakistan. Hindus use the entire cycle of life, death and reincarnations and karma. This is true by the god principles of gods. Some important gods in Hinduism, such as Shiva, Ganesha, and some other gods. So, the first god in Hinduism is Shiva, a Hindu god, one of the main deities of Hinduism, worshipped as the paramount lord by the Savage sects of India. He is the destroyer and restorer, the great ascetic and the symbol of sensuality, the benevolent herdsman of souls, and as avengers. So next, Ganesha or Ganesh, a chubby, gentle, wise, elephant-headed Hindu god. Ganesha, a remover of obstacle, the deity whom worshippers. So next we have Vishnu, one of the principal god of Hinduism, worshipped as the protector and preserver, the restorer of dharma or moral order. He is known chiefly through his avatar incarnation. Next, we have Bashnya, Nataraja, king of dance, has four arms. As she dances away, the illusional world of Maya transforming into power and enlightenment. Next, we have Krishna, the eight incarnations of the Hindu god Vishnu, became a focus of devotional cults over centuries that produced, well, religious, poetry, music, painting, and sculpture. So next we have Parvati, the ultimate female form of Mother Devi. She is known as Uma and Gwari, goddess of love, marriage, children, devotion, fertility, and beauty. Next, we have Hanuman, a monkey deity renowned for his courage, power, and faithfulness service, born as the son of the king and queen of monkeys. So Lakshmi, goddess of wealth, fortune, power, luxury, beauty, fertility, and consciousness. She holds the material fulfillment and contentments she described as restless, whimsical, yet maternal. Saraswati, god of knowledge and the arts, embodies the wisdoms of Devi. She is the river of consciousness that enlivens creations of dawn, darkness of ignorance. Without her, there is chaos and confusion. So the last is Brahma, god of creation, one of the Trimurti, member of Trimurti such as Vishnu and Shiva, consort to Saraswati, the goddess of learning. So the next mythology we have Chinese mythology. It started roughly 3rd millennium to 221 BCE. It described the narrative stories of gods and goddesses in Chinese mythology and folk culture. In Chinese mythology, let us identify the most popular gods and goddesses that still be worshipped throughout years. So these goddesses mentioned in Bashan 8 immortals such as Chang'e, Guandi, Menshen, Pango, and Hangdi. There are a lot of significant and first gods who appear of the beginning of Chinese mythology. So first god is Chang'e, a Chinese god of moon that is lovely celebrated in poems and novels. Her consort is Yu Huye, the Lord Archer. Next is Guandi, Chinese god of war and ancient greatest emperor in Chinese Empire. Next is Menshen, the two-door gods. Menshen provide the front door homes to guarantee the protection from evil spirits or Guel. Next is we have Pangu, a first man said comfort from chaos and egg, which two horns, two tusks, an ancient Chinese deity. It's believed that he made the separations of heaven and earth, harvesting the sun, moon, star, planets, dividing the forces. So the next mythology we have Mesopotamian and Babylonian mythology. So let's explore some important gods and goddesses in Mesopotamian and Babylonian. So the first god is Ereshkigal, the goddess of underworld. She is known as tempered gods, but through hymns and offerings help improve her mood. The second god is Inanna, god of love, fertility, and war, known, known as Queen of the Sky. So the next, Ninhursag, god of earth and mother of gods. So next is Anu, the supreme god of the sky. The next is Enka or Ea, wisest gods, the god of water and wisdom. So Enlil, the great mountain, god of air, earth, storms, reviewed god of destructions and creations. So the next is Ishtar or Inanna, queen of the universe, god of love, sex, and war, associated with fertility and politics. The next is Utu, the all-seeing, the god of the sun and justice. The last is the Nana or Sin, god of the moon, oldest deity of the pantheon associated with magic rituals and etc. So next mythology we have Philippines mythology. It is influenced by other religion when before Spanish colonization. The creations of myth in the Philippines it is from the story of bamboo trees where there are two person, men and women was born. Gods and goddesses started around 100 or 1000 years ago where many Filipinos are God who believe the gods and goddesses of Philippine mythology. So now, let's identify some important gods and goddesses in Philippine mythology. So first, we have Bathala, the supreme god and the creator, also known as Bathala, may kapal, lumilikha, that control over thunder, lightning, flood, fire, and earthquakes, presides over other deities and uses spirits. So si Bathala is mani ang pinakataas nga nagduma sa world, silbi sa world diri sa mga Filipino. So next is Idunali, god of labor and goddess. Native used to call her guidance to make their works successful. Consort to Dimangan and had two offspring. So si Dimangan naman, the god of harvest, married to Idinael. So next we have Ikapati, the god of cultivated land. She is the most understanding and kind among deities of Bathala. Her gift to man was agriculture since she is giver of foods and prosperity to all people in needs. So next we have Napoleon, the god of season and husbands of Ikapati when they had a daughter. Next, we have Mayari, the god of moon, one of the three daughters of Bathala by immortal women. She is charming of goddesses, her sister Tala and Hanan. Her sister Tala, god of the stars, while Hanan is the god of morning. So we have Dumakulim, a strong agile guardians of mountains and the sons of Idinyali and Dimangan. Sister was Anituntabo. Her later married Anagulay. Next we have Anituntabo, the god of fickle-minded wind and rain. Apolaki, the god of the sun and chief patron. Next, we have Anagolay, god of lost things and the only offsprings of Ikapati and Napoleon, married to Dumakulim. So the last is we have Dian Masalanta, god of love, conceptions, and childbirth, and the protector of lovers, daughter of Anagolay and Dumakulim, youngest of all gods. See, Dian Masalanta. So that's all some important gods of goddesses in the Philippine mythology. So the next mythology we have is Japanese mythology. This is the principle of yin and yang. They symbolize the logo of religion that is produced between two first three single deities and divine complex. First three gods appeared in the form of reed that connects the heavens and earth of gods and goddesses. It started around 6th century AD and before it was 5th century, I think. The creations of gods and goddesses started the creations of yin and yang, which their first deities appeared that through this story the god and goddesses are made. So now let's identify some important gods and goddesses in Japanese mythology. So first we have Yama or Yema. In India, the god of the dead. So siya mo ang nagdumala sa mga patay. So next we have Izagani and Izanami. Central deities are kami. They were eight parts of brother and sister gods to appear after the heavens and earth separate out of chaos. So next we have Hu Musubi, the god of Sile. His mother Izanami was folly born, giving birth to him. Father Izagani out him into pieces by cutting several new gods, creating several new gods. So next we have Amaterasu, the celestial sun goddess from Japan imperial family. So the last we have Susanoo, the god of storm, a younger brother of the sun goddess of Amaterasu. Since we've done all the gods and goddesses, as I discussed and explained the stories of different gods and goddesses, their characteristics, different powers, and possess different abilities that is significant as symbolized our culture. These gods and goddesses important to remember because it represents our culture of who we are. It's significant to keep our mythological stories because it reminds us of where we came from. That's all. Thank you.